Blog Talk Radio.
Good evening, everyone. This is me, Jonathan Alexander. I'm here to host our show, Life, Laughter, Happiness. Today, we are doing a psychic night. I have my co-host, Kelly, here. Are you there, Kelly?
Yeah. Hi, everybody.
Hi, Kelly.
Hi, okay. And I'm the co-host, Barbara. Are you there, Barbara?
Yes, I'm here. Hi, everybody.
Okay.
Hi,
And
Barbara.
and returning for Psychic Night is Karen Page. Are you there, Karen?
I'm right here. Hello, everybody.
Hi,
Hi,
Karen.
Now, Barbara, the guests, you know the two guests that we have tonight, so why don't you introduce them and set everything up, okay?
Okay, great. I will be happy to. Okay, I'm going to introduce Terry Grant first because he's going to be going first, talking to Karen Page. And Terry is a business owner of the famous vape shop Offbeat and Unique, which you have all heard about because we've broadcasted a few shows of Life, Laughter, Happiness from his place. He is a very driven and a very successful businessman who has taken on this new venture and wants to franchise Offbeat and Unique.
Would you stop it? Because those are the things I was going to tell him.
Oh.
I thought about him off and on all day, and that was exactly what I was going to tell him.
Oh. Oh, my goodness. Okay.
I was going to tell him you have no idea. You're going to have shops everywhere.
Oh, my gosh. Wow. Okay,
that was
Terry.
exactly what it was like. It feels like an explosion, and his shop will become the number one name in vape shops.
Oh, my gosh. What a relief, right, Terry? Well, okay. So
well, it's so interesting because the
this.
next one feels like it's in a completely different area.
Okay. Okay. So
I'm sorry. I'll shut up now.
No.
Well,
I feel like I ruined something. I feel like I ruined that.
No, it was so weird, though. It was like, don't say that, you know?
Oh, my gosh. Okay.
I'm sorry I interrupted.
Oh, no, Karen.
No.
I love it. Yeah. Okay, hold on.
I was going to say that
Go ahead.
you don't even need to ask. I don't even need to ask any further questions because you've answered just about everything in that one sentence.
Well, that's exactly what it
so
feels.
good.
I mean, it was so crystal clear to me. It's like, wow, this feels like it's going to be this. You're going to open 1 and then 3 and then 5 and then it's like, but they're in all these different regions.
I want one here. Karen, is it going to be here in California?
Honey, there'll be one here. I'm not. That's the least of it. There's an interesting thing about somebody approaching you. I keep wanting to say in like Michigan. Okay, that is going to talk to you about trying to set up. I want to say a version of your shop in that area. And it's going to be sort of a morphed version of your stores. But wow, it feels like at the end of the day you're going to have 39 of them.
Wow.
I mean, it's and it's not going to happen like in 2 months. It's going to take a while, but all of a sudden I expect by the end of next year there'll be 3 or 4 open for sure. And because you'll have all the pieces in place, and everybody's going to want to do business with you, Terry. This is a very productive time in your life, and it's so funny because I want to laugh when I say this. It's like the last thing you thought was going to happen, and all of a sudden it's like you're running on all gears, 24/7, and your brain doesn't rest. And I know.
Well, that's a fact.
I mean, I'm not kidding. The one thing I'm concerned about is I know how busy you are, and I know you can't shut your brain off. Welcome to my world. But I'm begging you to please take some time for you and promise me you will take care of your health, because that's the only thing that concerns me is you don't know when to give yourself 12 minutes to just chill out.
That's what
And
Austin says about you, Terry.
I'm begging you. Well, he didn't say that to me, but I'm saying it to I'm saying it to you, Terry. I'm begging you, please, because you'll run until you drop, and I want you to enjoy this time. You're building something that will have a very long, very big life.
Excellent.
So promise me, please, pretty please.
I'll do everything I can.
Please, because
well, that was my first question. Was as far as I was in a career field for 25 years, and then I just changed career paths, and that's where I was.
That doesn't surprise me.
Asking you how you see this this whole thing paving out in the future, but you pretty much answered that question.
Well, do the words "wowie zowie" come to mind? I mean,
something
what
along
about
those
this
lines.
weekend? What about this weekend, Terry? Do you want to ask her about what's going to happen this weekend? You're going to be traveling somewhere specifically to see about a couple of prospects.
Yeah, I have some interest in a remote site outside of the U.S. that I'm going to be going to for a little while to go meet with 3 individuals and see what your thoughts are about that.
You set you set this up several weeks ago?
Yeah, it's been about a month now.
Okay. It'll be fine. I want you not to make any commitments right at this moment, okay? And until after, and this won't make any sense to you, but until after the 10th of August, I don't want you to commit. And it feels like there's 2 people. There's 2 guys, and one of them I don't trust as far as I could pitch him.
Nice.
The other one is a very nice guy. I like him. He actually means what he says, but one of them, there's something just creepy about him, Terry, and I don't trust him. So please protect yourself. I'm not worried about your physical safety. I'm just talking about, how sometimes we just need to think on things. This is one of those, because one of these guys I wouldn't trust as far as I could pitch China with my fingernail,
Okay.
And the other one is a lovely guy, really authentic and really wants to work with you and really means what he says and is committed. But one of them, he's the guy that says honest with his fingers crossed behind his back,
Mm-hmm.
That's not a word I would use to ever describe him, honest. So it's really critical for you to be very, very protective. And it'll become crystal clear around the 10th of August. So when you come home, I don't see any problem with it. And I know you're going to laugh when I say this. There's my book title again. But it feels, I would not be surprised if you don't have a dream about it, because it's going to be crystal clear to you. I'm not going to tell you not to do it, but if they come as a package deal, I'm begging you not to do it.
Okay.
Okay, my mom used to say, pick your charities. This is not a charity, this is business.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And one of them I trust, and the other one I think is just, is there a nice way to say somebody's a thief?
Yeah, that's pretty much to the point. That's the way I like it. Just right straight to the point.
Yeah, well, it's, I believe the truth only has one story, and I wish I could jump up and down and do the happy dance and say to you, wow, this is great. This is not what I'm talking about. One of them feels like the follower, the really nice one, and the other one's the big mouth that knows everything, and I don't trust him at all. And I think it feels to me like he has a long trail. I'm surprised he's still even around, you know? So just protect yourself, my friend.
All right. Changing gears just a little bit.
Have a lovely time.
Oh, I will. Absolutely.
Good. Happy to hear that.
What are your thoughts about bringing an investor on? I'm looking to expand my business, bring in some more capital, somebody with a little more business experience.
You're going to all of the above. Do you remember I said somebody was going to talk to you, like from Michigan or something? It feels like that guy might be the guy that's interested in investing in the foundation of the business that you're building. And he also has a long history. He's a grown-up. He's not 22. And you will like each other. He's been very successful in his life. And, you know, in the words of Monty Python, those great sages, and now for something completely different, that's what this feels like to him, too. And you guys will hit it off like wildfire, and money is not an issue for him. He has boatloads of that and definitely is looking to invest. So,
all right, that's kind of crazy that you say that, because I just read a book by the name of a gentleman by the name of Wes Berry, and he's somebody that I've reached out to and have a meeting with next week, who is from Michigan, to talk about this very subject.
Oh my God, that's hilarious!
Wow.
And
that's
he was
hilarious.
very, very successful.
Oh my God.
Very successful in the floral business.
Real straight up guy. And so, yeah, that's so funny.
That's amazing.
Well, like my mom
amazing.
always used to say, instead of my card saying Karen Page Psychic Counseling, I should have had some made that said good guesser, sometimes really good guesser.
Nice.
Well, I've been doing this since I'm 10 and a half, and I know how crazy some of the things I say to people are, but I can't make something up. And if that's what I see, that's what I'm going to tell you. Because I've always believed the truth only has one story, and it's your life. And I want you to be aware of what is coming. And it's not you and I both know it's not just a lucky guess. I didn't pull Michigan out of the, a fortune cookie. It's like,
Wow.
And it was so funny. It's like it's so clear to me that that's where it is. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, that's strange, because I literally just finished this book last night, and then sent off a request to him to have a 30-minute meeting, and I've already got a response back from him this morning, so we're going to be discussing this on Thursday.
He's a very nice man, and a real straight shooter. He's no nonsense. It's like, don't stroke me, I'm a big boy. Tell me the truth,
Yeah.
And you guys will get along great. You both have very different. You have different gifts to bring to the table, and that it makes for a very good partnership. And he's going to like you, and you're going to like him.
Okay.
And that's what I'm talking about. Where are you? Where are you
am
now?
I?
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't mean
in
right
Gilbert,
this
Arizona.
second. I mean, that's what I was asking. Thank you. I was like, okay, you better define that, Karen. That's
Where
funny.
is he?
Gilbert,
Where did you say
Arizona.
Yes, Gilbert, Arizona. Remember the only friends really that I made, because the vape shop was right across the street from my home, and
Absolutely.
that's when I met Austin and Brian, and
Well,
they
they're
were
so
cool.
lovely. All the guys that I've talked to from there are lovely guys.
Mhm.
Well,
so
they're tuned into this right now. They should be working, but they're goofing off listening to me talk on this. So.
Oh, no.
And I go,
give them big hugs
if,
for me.
I know, and me too. And you know what? I asked Austin and Brian, I go, is it okay? Do you think the owner would mind if I broadcasted our Life, Laughter, Happiness from here because I'm just here. I'm hanging out, and we're going on live like in 1 minute, and they didn't know really what it was about, and then they started listening. They got really into it. Then they kept asking me to come back. I think I came back 2 times. Then Austin, he helped me move. He came and loaded my U-Haul.
Oh, that doesn't surprise me even a little bit.
And remember, you were saying make sure you get paid for things you do, and he wouldn't.
Yep.
I forced my money on him, but his dad is so. I knew his dad would be a good person because he's such a good person, and his dad, Terry, you raised him. Yeah.
Well, Austin has such a beautiful heart. You know, he's really a lovely, lovely guy.
I'm very, very proud of him. He is very mature and
yes,
he has helped me tremendously. So I brag about him to everyone. I'm very proud of him.
I don't blame you, because he is, I mean, really, really a fine human being. And unfortunately nowadays, there's a lot of the other kind out there that you kind of go, what is wrong with those people? You know?
Right. Yeah. Well, and I surround myself with people like that. Like Brian, for instance. You know, Brian is a very good human being as well. Very good guy.
Oh, they're lovely
so fortunate
guys.
to have him on.
You bet. Yes. But that speaks volumes about you, sir. That says a lot about you. You must be doing something right. No, I mean, it's true. You know, water seeks its own level. And we've all worked with people that not so much are nice, you know? And they're not fine human beings. You know?
Right.
And then there's, I believe, you know, as we grow up, it's like, you know what, I can make a big choice about this. I can either waste my time on somebody that doesn't deserve it, or I can invest it in somebody that is really a fine human being. And you draw that to yourself because you are.
That means a lot. Thank you, Karen.
Well, it's true.
What a wonderful thing to have someone say about you. That's really kind of the ultimate right there.
But it's true. I mean, it's like if you look back at your history, you've unfortunately had to deal with a lot of, and this is not your issue, this is other people's issue, of jealousy other people have had of you. And it's like, really? You know, because you're the same person you've always been. I always say I'm the same little girl that I was in that picture when I was 4. I'm just taller now, you know. And you play well with others and always have. And you give people room to be human. And some people are very threatened by your directness, by your ability to say, that doesn't work for me, or I'm done here. Yeah. Sound familiar? You know what I mean, Terry?
I know exactly what you mean.
I thought you might, you know, and it's bred jealousy in the past. But the nice part about it is that's their problem, not yours. It's got nothing to do with you. You know, people that are insecure, oh, well, you know, that's their journey. And you truly are a lovely guy. And so you have shaken off a lot of it and let a lot of people. Sometimes we need to let people leave our lives. And you have absolutely done that. And sometimes it's been, you had to figure out what the heck happened here, you know, but it always becomes crystal clear for you because you'll give people enough rope to not just hang themselves. They'll take the whole neighborhood with them, you know, and it's, until you close the factory, you know, and you're just not doing that anymore. It's like, no, I get it. I believe you. The first 6 times you showed me, you know. So thanks. Take care. Bye-bye, you know. And so it's a very lovely thing that you've come through it and you are still this lovely guy. It's
again, thank you, Karen.
Well, your parents must have been. My hat's off to them. I got to tell you, because you turned out just fine.
Believe it or not, they live 5 houses down the street from me, and my brother lives next door to them. So we're all in one little
I
happy
like
street.
it.
Yeah.
I like it. Would you please tell them I said thank you?
When I talk to them, I will.
I would appreciate that. I would appreciate that. Boy, you and your brother are different as chalk and cheese. I'm sorry, you're considering what? I said you and your brother are as different as chalk and cheese.
My brother and I are very, very close. We always have been, and still continue to be. We talk daily and talk about a lot of things.
You're just different.
I'm very different, believe it or not.
Yeah. Actually, I do know that. Not that I can relate to that at all, Terry. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Anyways, I was starting to say I'm considering kind of rebranding this whole business. What are your thoughts about changing this? It's been about 5 years, almost 6 years that we've been in business as a vape shop, and I'm thinking about kind of rebranding it more in a little bit different direction. What do you think about that?
I think that's not a bad idea. Because this one, everybody knows where this one is, you know. But the new ones, I think that's not a bad idea. It will make it more emotionally, you know. A lot of people you have to connect the dots for, you know. It will make it more accessible for them. They won't just shut down when they hear, oh, it's a vape shop, you know. So, yeah, I like that idea.
Okay.
I think that's very wise. Yep, I like it.
Well,
yay!
It's more than just changing. It's more of an expansion than a change.
Oh, no, I understand that. I get that completely. Because that was, the funny part is, that was the very first thing I got about you when I thought about you today was, wow, you are just going to expand your business like, and it's funny, you think you know, but it's going to become so much bigger than what you think. So when you say expansion, boy, you got a tiger by the tail.
Well, it's not just expansion from the growing aspect of it, but I'm also, like I said, rebranding it more into like a health and wellness type shop that includes vape and other items and products that are more along the natural.
I rest my. Oh, you're talking. I'm at that table. I think if there's a natural way to do it, I will take that. I have my whole life. Absolutely. And I think that's a very wise idea because it will open up a whole bunch of people to the opportunity to come into the store rather than them shutting down their mind or their curiosity about saying, I wonder what else is in there. When they hear the word vape, they immediately kind of go into lockdown mode in their head, you know. But I think that's an incredibly wise idea. And it's so funny. I think it's going to expand in ways you just never even imagined. It's going to be like, wow.
All right. Now, here's the critical question. When is this thing going to start?
They're small. By next February.
By next February.
Yep, by February 2020. You have to remember we're already in July.
Yes, ma'am. Time just ripping on by.
Isn't that the truth? You know, you blink. It's like, how'd that happen?
Seems like the older you get, the faster the blink is.
Oh, that's so true, my friend. That is so true. It's like, wait a minute, that was No, it can't be that long ago. It's like, want to bet?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I know what you mean.
Okay, this is the last written question that I have. Will I ever get a good night's sleep?
Yes. Yes, you will. And I know you're going to laugh at me, but I don't care if and this is going to sound completely corny to you, but I can't help it. Okay? And I'm begging you to just try it. Amuse me, okay? I want you to when you put your head on the pillow,
Mm-hmm.
I said I want you to try and first of all really let yourself breathe. Okay? I mean a couple of really deep breaths and let them out. And then I want you to think of what do you love most? Where do you love most being? The ocean, the mountains, what do you love?
Yes and yes.
Okay, that's what
the
I
ocean
thought.
and the mountains. Those are two of my favorite things. And, I mean, the beach. The beach is
Honey,
probably
I knew
my
that.
ultimate.
Yeah, I knew that. I just, I didn't want to assume, I want you to see yourself there just for a few minutes and not think about business. I want you to see yourself at the beach. Try it. It'll take, just a few minutes. And I want you to consciously, in your head, I want you to say, I am relaxed. I am completely relaxed. And you will be dumbstruck at how your muscles just all of a sudden kind of go, ah. Those are the only two things you need to do.
Okay.
And yes, you'll start getting a good night's sleep because the issue is, and I said it to you a while ago, you never turn your brain off. I mean, welcome to my world. I understand that. It's, and we have to train ourselves. People who can't turn their brain down, shut it off or turn it down to a 6 instead of an 11, we have to train ourselves. And those are two things that I do like a religion at night. Because if I don't, I'll be up the entire night. I asked my mom if she thought I was a night owl because I was born at night. And she laughed and said, sure, baby, that's why. Mm-hmm.
Well, I was born in the late afternoon, so I don't know what that has to do with me.
That's that. Then you have no excuse. It's like, hey, come on, when's your birthday?
Right. March 23rd.
Ah, you lovely Aries, you.
Mm-hmm. A little bit of a stubborn guy.
No, you? No. Did you like the sarcasm in that enough?
Absolutely. Got it right from the breath.
But you know what? If you weren't, then, and since you're not good at lying. I mean, it's when God was handing out the ability to lie, He said, "Get behind the door, Terry. You're never going to need that." And you've always been more comfortable with the truth. It's like some people don't like it, but that's their problem, So it's not a matter of being stubborn. If you find out that you have made a choice or thought that something was true that wasn't, you're the first one to go and investigate it to make sure. Really? I thought for sure it was whatever it is. But you're not afraid to say, yeah, I learned that blah, 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 whatever it is. And it is, to you, you're not allergic to learning anything. So stubborn is when someone absolutely refuses to get their ego out of the way. That's not who you are. So it's I like Aries people. I've had a lot of them in my life.
They're real leaders.
and they're incredibly smart.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
good decision makers too.
Yeah, the ones I've known, one's a rocket scientist and the other one is an architect.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's like, yeah, they must have done something right, you know.
Yeah.
So, but you're very lucky because you have some of that Pisces water that makes you sweeter.
Somebody else told me that too. My
true.
mother's a Pisces.
So was mine. What day?
March 2nd.
Yeah, my mom was the 8th. And you bring that water that you have, and you have very different kind of Pisces energy than your mother has. But you have the water that will temper that Aries fire, you know, and being born on the cusp, the 23rd, that brings both qualities to the party of Pisces and Aries, which is really nice. That's the combo pack, you know?
The combo pack.
Yeah, it's like the combo pack. You know, when Aries when you get too carried away and you go, "What are you doing, Terry?" in your own head, that Pisces part of you will go, "Okay, enough," and you're fine. You know? I love it.
Kind of like a
love
free child that gets the best genes from both parents, right?
Absolutely. Well, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, you grew up where your parents were not afraid to say no. You knew exactly what that word meant. And your parents, or your dad particularly, was never allergic to saying no. You know?
Oh, no.
And you learned, and that's okay. It's like, I'm sorry, I think all of us on the show, we learned what the word no was, and what it taught us were boundaries, sometimes our own and sometimes other people's. And I think we turned out just fine. And I'm sorry, people that, what, you would rather tell somebody, no, that's okay, when you don't mean it? Oh, no, I wouldn't even be able to live with myself. It's like, really? No. So, yeah, I mean, they did a fine job on you, young man.
Thank you so much.
That is the absolute truth. Yes, sir.
How about relationships?
I've
been divorced for a couple of years now. This business kind of tanked everything with it didn't really end it. It was already kind of a little rocky to begin with, but
well, can I ask
it was
you
like the final straw.
Yeah, was it sort of on a revolving door for quite a while?
No, not really.
Where you were together and then you not see each other for a little bit and then back together?
Not at all.
Okay,
it was good 10 years.
Oh, you had a good run then. Good run. There's somebody from 10 years is pretty good. I mean, if you think about it, most relationships nowadays are like they're disposable, like Kleenex or something. You know, people just throw each other away. 10 years, it's like, wow. You know, isn't there an award for that? You know, what it looks like is you're not going to be. I wish I could tell you it's tomorrow, but it isn't. But by right around your birthday next year, you're going to have met somebody that doesn't come as a, hi, baby, you come here often. That's not how you meet, okay? But it's somebody that you will have interaction with, and you like each other. And by your birthday next year is when it feels like it actually blossoms into a real relationship. And this feels like this is the real thing. And there's none of that drama. There's none of that insecurity and everything is a threat. There's none of that. This feels like such an amazing match. I don't know if you've ever, as an adult, been this happy in a relationship. But this feels like the real love match. So,
well, good, because I'm highly allergic to drama.
Oh, that makes two of us. Yep, that makes two of us. It's like, take it somewhere else, please. You know, I promise you that is, yeah. Well, this one feels like there's none of that. This one feels like she has no interest in that. She has her own identity. She doesn't need you to give her a life. Plays well with others, and is incredibly supportive, as you will be with her. And you not only will love each other, but you'll like each other as human beings. This is a lovely match. Yeah, it's funny. It just feels like you've not ever been this. I mean, not only happy, but really peacefully comfortable, and you're crazy about her, and she's crazy about you, and she'll make you laugh, and you make her laugh, and it's like, you know, as we know, laughter's highly underrated, you know. And this feels like the real match. And for the first time in many years, there'll be somebody in your life that you can trust will truly be there for you. And
very nice.
Oh, that makes my heart happy. Are you kidding? I got 6 planets ruled by Venus in my chart. That just really makes my heart happy. You there? Are you there?
I am. Yes,
okay.
ma'am.
Okay.
Well, good.
So she's coming. She's coming,
excellent.
darling.
Well, I am very happy. This business has really turned my life around. I worked in IT for a long time. Was kind of miserable for the last 5-6 years of it. And
oh yeah.
I work probably, it feels like twice as much as I used to, but I very much enjoy what I do.
I so understand that feeling. I used to work 8 in the morning until midnight, 6.5 days a week, seeing clients. And my mom said to me, sweetheart, even God took one day. And so I started taking Sundays off, but I was still working 6 full days a week. And I understand, because when you truly love what you do and you know you're good at it, that's not arrogance, that's confidence. There's a huge difference. And you will get such joy out of watching how you build this, because you're really good at building stuff. And this is something that it's like, wow. And you will have more fun watching it blossom. This is really, I'm not kidding, it's wow, Terry.
It's been very inspirational listening to you, Miss Karen. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I don't have any other questions. I guess there's another guest waiting in patiently here. So
I know. They'll be patient, you know.
Oh,
okay.
Terry, this is so wonderful. And
yes. And I'm very glad that it inspired you, because you have given a lot of people opportunity. And it's time, it's your turn. And, I mean, you're kind of in the Burger King phase right now, where you can have it your way, you know?
I love that.
That's the truth. It's the truth.
I thought you said I was in the birthing stage. I didn't hear and until you said the have it your way.
Oh, wow.
No, Terry, I said Burger King.
Yes, ma'am. I got that now. When you said have it your way, it just wiped out the birthing portion.
That's hilarious. I was going, boy, that really would have been crazy reading, wouldn't it?
Oh,
that's
goodness.
almost like the tampon.
That is the truth, Jonathan. That's hilarious. That's why it's always good to articulate. What, sweetheart?
I wanted to tell you that Terry contacted me and wanted to know when the next psychic day was, so he could ask these questions. And I thought that
wow.
is so endearing. That like really made me feel good that, you know, a man is so open to this, that knows about our show. He listens regularly, and
That's
he
wonderful.
requested it. Yes. So I'm
I
so
love
glad
that.
we made this happen for Terry. And yeah,
Well,
Lord knows he's done so much for everybody else.
Oh, he
So,
has. I mean, and doesn't
yeah.
walk around going, "Do you know what I've done?" You know, I mean, there's nobody in a million years would know how much you have done for so many people. And how, I'm not just talking about financially, but emotionally, how generous you have been, how supportive you have been. And you really are in the Burger King phase, Terry. I mean, it's like you have earned it, my friend. You have earned it. I'm very happy for you.
I've got a grin ear to ear right now. Thank you so much.
I love it. That's a beautiful.
So you're saying that Terry is going to have a relationship a woman come to him. When I was listening, I thought you were talking about somebody who was already there. So
no.
Now you're going to have a successful business and a new love of your life. Wow.
Yes. And
wow.
it's so funny because both of them are so, I mean, it's like what you wish for, but you're not really going to say it out loud, okay? Because you don't want to like jinx it or anything. This feels like in your wildest dreams, the success of the business, and this is a real love match. This is like they meet and it's like, there you are. You know, because there's not only do they like each other, they love each other. And it is an attraction of mind, body, and soul. So, yeah, it's the big love story. You waited a long time, Carrie.
A lot of good stuff coming, so that's
Oh,
awesome.
my God, you're coming into the fun portion of the program, my friend.
I love it.
And when you come to L.A., I want to meet you.
I was just there a few weeks ago.
Oh,
yeah, when
shucky
I moved
darn.
here, he was in Huntington Beach. Karen, he came to Huntington Beach right when I was dealing with like a mountain of boxes and the U-Haul and everything. He was here that same weekend, and I really wanted to get together with him because he's offering me some opportunities too with Offbeat and Unique as like the spokesmodel. So we're trying to figure out what would be a good fit with that. And
I hear you.
So I was trying to, plus he's a great guy, and I think it was too overwhelming with the move to meet. But
well, honey, you had a lot on your plate.
Yeah.
You know, it's time to give it a minute, you know?
Yeah.
And then, it'll just be an excuse for him to come out and visit again.
Yeah, because his favorite place is the beach. There's no beaches in Gilbert, Terry.
Here we go.
It's a very short drive.
Yeah,
and
for you,
there?
you should see his car. He's got a very fast, cool car.
And you know what? I hope he enjoys every minute of it. That's all that matters is if he loves it, you know?
Yep.
I can't stay out of it. I've already put, just rolling up on 20,000 miles, and I just got it a year and a half ago. So
I love it. What did you get?
What's that?
What did you get?
It's a Camaro.
Oh, I had one. They are like the most amazing toys. I mean,
this one I would
beautiful.
sleep in if it was any more comfortable, but it's not built for any kind of relaxation. It's meant for just driving, and that's it.
Absolutely, and that's what's most important is the quality of the drive. You know, so enjoy it. You earned
Every time I get in it, I enjoy it. Yes,
that's beautiful. That is beautiful. What color is it?
It's completely blacked out. Everything.
Wow.
I should put the picture of us next to it, right, Terry? We have a really cool
Yeah,
picture
why
when
not?
I was at Offbeat Unique. Yes, and Terry, he, as you guys know, he works 24/7. So it was really nice that he came by one of our broadcasts and met me, and
That is so
came
sweet.
by, and then we took pictures. We took pictures next to his car, so I'll post that for you guys.
I love it.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, enjoy, sir. And when you come to LA, we're going to all get together.
Awesome.
Sounds like a plan.
You got it.
Very much so.
You should stay on the line if you want to and enjoy my aunt. My Aunt Diane is going to go next.
Very good. Yeah, I'll hang out.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay, great.
All right.
Thanks. Wow,
Well,
that
that
was a
was
good
great.
reading. That was a great reading. Thank you,
He's
Karen.
a lovely guy,
Yeah.
and he has, I mean, his whole life is opening up.
That's
I don't know,
awesome.
Barbara. I don't know if you should introduce your aunt and just not just let your aunt talk. Because the thing is, the sidekicks, the more you say, the more
Okay, well,
they
I'm
don't want
just
to
going to
say
give,
it.
you're right, but I'm just going to give a little background, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Our next guest is my favorite aunt. Everybody has a cool aunt, I hope, and she's mine.
Yay.
Can I borrow her?
Yes, but okay.
Anytime.
You can.
You're so
Okay,
sweet.
but I just wanted to give a little bit of a background. She lives
Go ahead,
in
honey.
Okay. She lives in Spokane, Washington, where I was
Pretty
born.
area.
And most of
I
our
know it
family.
well.
You do?
Yeah.
That's where I was born. Yeah, it's beautiful.
So pretty up there.
Yeah, it
And
really is.
she's very career driven. She
Mhm.
started out as a model in New York City for Liz Claiborne and did that for many years. Then moved back to Spokane and was an ambassador for a program for
That
family
doesn't
violence.
surprise me. Oh, God bless you,
Mhm.
darling.
Women in domestic violence. And then all of a sudden she was traveling around the world. She was speaking, and she was in Singapore speaking. And it just came to her. She goes, I want to do something else. I want to go back to Spokane, and I want to adopt a child, and I want to go back to college, and I want
And develop
to
a program.
Yes. Oh my gosh! And she went to Gonzaga University. She did in what most people do in 4 years. She did it in 2.5 years. Back in when she was in her 40s, she graduated. She got her bachelor's degree. Then she went on to get her master's in clinical
Oh, that
mental
doesn't
health.
surprise
and
me, honey.
with honors,
None of that
with
surprises
honors on
me
the
about
Dean's
her.
list, graduated cum laude. And I mean, I remember when she was doing this, and my dad kept saying, do you know Aunt Diane? She's on the president's list for academics excellence. And I'm like, oh my gosh. We were all so proud because, you know, your brain isn't so used to going back to school. And then she did. And then she became what you just said, the director of a place called Transitions in Spokane.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And she was it's a program that ends homelessness for women and children in Spokane, Washington. So now, Karen, she has retired from that. She is on to her next venture, and I'm not saying anything, so here she is. I am. Wow.
That was a nice intro, Barbara, to my favorite niece and one of my favorite all-time people in the world. I've loved you for a very long time.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Wow, who knew?
Yeah, Barbara's amazing. We've had some adventures together.
Isn't that the best kind?
Oh yeah.
Yep. I used to do that with my mom. And it's
cool.
like those are the things that lifelong memories are made out of.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
Because we can all have relatives, but when your relatives become your friends, doesn't get better than that.
I agree. Isn't that the truth? You have that familiar, that long lifetime experience. I know her dad. I know her mom. I know, I know that she loves baseball. I have pictures of her when she was playing baseball as a little girl, and then as adults we've had some great adventures and caused a little havoc here and there and had a lot of fun doing it.
Oh, that's the best kind.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
it's like
our
a
Rio
team
trip.
effort. Come on.
We went to Rio, Brazil, Rio de Janeiro.
Oh, I
Brazil,
lived in Sao Paulo.
Oh my gosh, that goes.
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Yep,
What a
that was
country.
amazing. I mean, we didn't do the day life. We did the nightlife. Okay, we recovered on the beach in the day, and we were dancing all night. The lambada. I was only 20.
Hilarious.
She won this show on the radio, and she took me.
Well, of course. It's like, hello, of course. I would have really been upset if she hadn't taken you. You know, come on.
So was her boyfriend.
You know what? That's life. He can buy his own ticket. And if he couldn't, he shouldn't have been her boyfriend. You know?
Exactly.
Well, that's true. Very true.
Well,
he wasn't after that.
I'm so sure that, and anybody that would be upset over her taking you, there's something wrong with him.
Oh, there was. And we figured that out.
Well, you know what? And that tells you a lot about a person, because if he couldn't be thrilled that you guys were going together, and I'm sure that it was very clear how much you love each other, and he was jealous of that. What a jerk! Bye bye.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So as I always say, sounds like he did you a favor. You know, showing you who he really was.
Yeah, literally showing her
a big life lesson, and it was.
Yeah, but you know what? Sometimes
we
we need those because and I know that your aunt knows that. That sometimes we give people, you know, we say, oh, they didn't mean it, you know, or they apologize and say, I'll never do that again. I'm really sorry. I'll never do that again. And I always say the words that are left off of that sentence are until next time.
Well, yeah. Ooh, isn't that awful? Yeah, that's so true.
Well, you know, having worked with, and you know this, having worked with abuse victims, what's the question? You know, it's like, and that is a really tough thing for people to understand. They don't have to keep calling that into their life.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
You know, and recreating that history simply because it's familiar to them.
Yeah, Barbara and I were talking about that earlier about relationships, and it's really a gift that person is giving you when you see their true colors, because then we sharpen our intuition.
You bet.
We live in truth. You know, we don't want half truth. Just, you know, we don't want to live like that.
No.
Yeah.
And if people do, they're just showing you they don't belong in your life.
Yeah, that's a hard one, but it's very true. You know, people tell us. They tell us what they're really thinking, and we don't listen because, like you said, we say, oh, they didn't mean it, or they'll change, or this was just a bad time. But really, people show their colors.
Definitely. I always say they when they pull their pants down when we didn't even ask them to, it's like, which part of that are you not believing?
I love your analogy. You are funny. I love it.
It's the truth. It's like, oh, would you do me a favor and cover that up? You know.
Yeah, not now, thanks.
Yeah. I have to stay home and wash the dog. But Karen, you don't have a dog. I know, I'm borrowing one. My neighbors.
Exactly. In this situation, I need a dog to wash.
Man, I hear you. It is. Well, you're in this interesting, you're going to laugh when I say this, but what do I want to be when I grow up? You know? And
that's kind of true.
And the truth is, I knew, because that's it. There's this wide-eyed, like, wow, oh, I could do that, and I could do that, and no, wait a minute. What do I really want to do? Okay?
Yeah.
Because you have when I say enormous support system, you have an enormous support system.
Nice.
of men, women, dogs, chipmunks, everybody is going to say, tell us what we can do for you. I mean, I'm not getting mermaids, tell us what we can do to help you make that wish come true. It is, and it's interesting because, I just got chills all over me when I said that to you. It is because you do it with this, you always, you don't tell anyone I said this to you, okay?
Okay.
You have the most altruistic heart.
Oh, wow.
You believe that there is goodness in people. And when people, pull their pants down, it's still, even at this point in life, you look at it and go, what's the matter with them?
It's true.
It's still disappointing for you. And you have this generous, and you're tough. I'm always amazed when people mistake our kindness for weakness. And people are so shocked when you say to them, because you're a pussycat most of the time, and they're so shocked when you say, I said no. And they're going, what did you say? I mean, because they've never heard that word from you before. And it's like, yeah, that doesn't work for me. There's the door. Don't let it hit you in the butt on the way out.
That's so true. I did notice that. I did notice that about you recently, Diane.
Because
I did notice
she
that.
doesn't. Well, you know what it is? When you are a person that doesn't say things you don't mean, you always want to believe. This is that altruistic part of her. You want to believe that people don't say things they don't mean. And the worst thing on the planet to do is to lie to your aunt.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can stick a fork in it from then on. It's over. Because if you lie once, you have broken her trust, and that coupon immediately expires. And it's done. And she went through a long period. Huh?
I would never lie. I could be so totally honest with her, so that's a good thing that
I'm not talking about you, honey. I'm talking about people she's had in her life that she has given opportunities to spend any time with her. And when she finds that she'll hear that they told some lie to somebody else, and she'll go, what? And it's the most fascinating thing to watch and especially other people's reactions, because they're just dumbstruck that she has no stuff about, no, get your stuff and get out. It's like this is not a woman to be disrespectful to ever, period, the end.
Well, even with clients, too. I used to have to say, you know what? You can't talk to me that way. And when you're ready to calm down and get a
then we
grip
can have
here,
a conversation.
Yep. Yeah, we'll talk in truth, because I don't have ulterior motives when I'm with people. I really want to hear their truth, and I want to be able to speak my truth as well. Yeah, if I can. Yeah.
My sister used to scream at me and wonder why I never got angry. I used to say to her, why are you so angry? What are you mad at? And she would scream at me, why aren't you? And I said, I don't want to carry that stuff around. Are you kidding? Why am the only person it's going to impact is me? So you go figure out what you're angry about, and if you ever want to have a conversation about it, you know where to find me. Because there is a point where when people get all carried away like that, they can't hear you.
Oh, it's true. Yeah.
They're too busy with the noise going on in their head.
It's true.
So you're going to have. We do? I didn't get that
no,
memo.
What I mean, what I mean is we're thinking about when you get all upset, you're thinking about how you're going to respond to that person rather than staying in the moment, remaining calm, and speaking the truth. Instead, you're
but to some people
you could get triggered.
And you know what? I'm sorry, it shouldn't be that easy. It's like being that reactive. That is never going to work for you.
Yeah, I know.
It doesn't work for me either. You know, I always say to people, would you, please don't speak to me in that tone of voice.
Yeah.
And I worked at a place once with a guy that tried to speak to me like that, and I said, excuse me, the only person that ever had a right to speak to me that way was my mother. And she never did, so when she died, the right went with her.
Yes, exactly.
This guy looked at me and said, what? I said, don't speak to me like that.
Yeah, yeah.
There's no reason. And people mistake how sweet you are and how supportive and warm you are, that you're a pushover sometimes, and they can just make up any story to tell you. And they're always so dumbstruck when you kind of go, really? Right. I may have been born at night, but it wasn't last night, honey.
Well, it's so wonderful that you said, I loved how you started this, and you said, what do I want to be when I grow up? Because I kind of feel that I have a lot of opportunity. I can just kind of settle in, or I can launch out a little bit.
Well, I'm going to tell you what I see. Okay.
Okay.
You have done so much and broken barriers in your life. Okay. I'm begging you, please, not to stop now.
Okay.
You have to do something big or go home. It's not your nature to do something where you're going to be quietly in the shadows, and that's just not going to happen.
But here's the deal.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, go ahead. You took a breath. You go ahead. I'm sorry. But here's the deal. That's true. And when I commit to something, I really put my whole heart into it and my
12,000%. I know that.
And I study if I don't know a particular part of my responsibility, and I really love doing that. I think we all feel fulfilled when when we can, like the former guest, he works hard, he loves it, and
he's a lovely guy.
A lovely guy. But I don't want to put my passion and my energy, and I've done this a couple times, and I've jumped in with both feet, and I've accepted some responsibility.
That's not what I'm saying for you to do. I'm saying for you to pare down, okay? Okay, it's easier for us to choose what we don't want to do, okay? I don't want to do this anymore, and I don't want, because you have done so many things where you have busted right through the barrier, okay? I don't want to do this anymore. I'm not dealing with those personalities anymore. I don't want, do you understand what I mean? Choose what you don't want, and what you do want will become abundantly clear.
Okay, that totally makes sense.
Because you have done so many things. This is not same time, different day. This is, you really can, if you tell the universe clearly what you want, once you're clear about do you remember when we were just talking about not allowing anybody to be disrespectful? It's just not okay. Okay. Yeah. That is on I have what I call the short list of deal breakers. And that's one of them. Okay. It's any kind verbally or physically abusive, somebody that's a liar, and somebody that's a cheat. that's a really short list. But those 3 things, you do it once, I will never trust that you would never do it again. It's just not a conversation. So those things are absolutes. And I do not bring people into my life any longer that have those propensities.
Okay.
So when I say to you, you know clearly what you don't want, okay? Those are the things that are eliminated immediately.
Okay.
And the universe will hear you. You know, it's funny. When I was a little girl, my mother asked me what I wanted to do when I grew up. I must have been 7, 8, 6, in that neighborhood.
Okay.
And I said, Mommy, if I can touch one person's life and make it better, I could die tomorrow and I would be happy.
Wow.
And she ran over to me and put her arms around me and said, we don't want you to die, baby. Just please remember, man plans and God unplans. So we may think we know. That's why I'm telling you, once you know what you will no longer give permission to in your life, and you don't want to do this and you don't want to do that, and the universe kind of goes, oh, I got it. I'm serious, because when you really mean it, the universe hears you, and the appropriate opportunity will open up for you, and all of us, and it'll come through another woman that opens the door up for you, and she's not 12, she's a grown up, and she's gonna, you guys will get each other. And she is going to say, you know what? Could you come in and talk to me tomorrow? Come, let's go have lunch. You know, and because it starts off where you meet, and this is not about you applying for a job, okay? You and she both have very philanthropic, altruistic forces that drive you, okay? And she is like your twin.
Interesting.
You will have so much in common, it'll blow your mind. And she will have all these doors and choices. And you will work with such a variety of people, I can't even begin to tell you. And it's very interesting, because what it feels like you do is you get them to do things for other people. You become like the matchmaker almost, you know? And I'm talking about getting people, very wealthy people, to donate money or build a property or fund college educations, or do you know what I mean?
I do.
And,
I know exactly.
And you build a women's clinic. Do you know what I mean? It's because this feels like I see you kind of, you know, we all loved Elmo and Miss Piggy, but they wouldn't have been anything with the people if the people behind the scenes were not moving things into place. God rest Jim Henson's soul always. You know,
what a guy.
And it feels like you become like the matchmaker to get Elmo animated and Miss Piggy animated and the Cookie Monster, and all of a sudden it's like, wow. But really getting it done. It's not just them saying they're going to do it. You put the people together. You're going to love this. And this feels like this lady that you meet is the one that is, she doesn't do exactly that, but you guys recognize each other when you meet. And she's going to say, will you come tomorrow and have lunch with me? I mean, there is such an automatic it's like you haven't seen each other in 30 years, and all of a sudden this energy pops up in each other's lives, and it's like, yeah, hey, you got it. You know, it's like such a magical thing. You'll be doing a lot of traveling.
Oh, good. I love to travel.
Oh, and so does she, and she knows everybody all over the place. And I'm not talking about in Winky Doodle, Idaho. I'm talking about in New York, in London, in Athens, and yeah, you're doing a lot of traveling. And you're going to get your old giving talks chops back.
Awesome. Wonderful. Wow.
Oh, you're going to love this. And
You know
I'm not kidding. It literally feels like it falls from the sky,
Okay, because you know what? I just want to interject one thing that I think is very important because I'm really listening carefully. Diane was telling me about this opportunity when I visited for Christmas. That's 7 months ago, Diane, and now you mentioned the same opportunity to me today. I don't know if you remember. You were thinking about this 7 months ago. So I'm not sure if that seems like same place, different time type of opportunity, or would it be something like what Karen is talking about with this opportunity that you ran by me again? So that is something to think about, and it makes your decision so much easier to just say, I don't want to, I know what I don't want. And does this new opportunity give you travel, which you told me today you love traveling. You're like, well, I don't know if I like to travel. I don't know. I think your question's answered.
It's interesting because it feels like you are the closer,
Mm-hmm.
You're the closer, and people will hear you.
Okay. Yeah, I think that I can do that, especially when I'm passionate and I believe in what I'm talking about, then I can be convincing. But here's my question. I know we're running out of time too. So there is this wonderful woman that just recently came into my life, and when we talk, seems like we bypass a lot of silliness that we often have to kind of work through to get to know someone,
Of course.
And she asked me some very poignant questions, and then she wanted to know if I wanted to come and work for her, but it's in the domestic violence programs, and I'm not sure if that's going backwards or forwards.
Well, the only thing that concerns me about that is it narrows it. Not that there aren't all kinds of domestic violence issues, but it makes it only about that.
True.
And this feels like this is much broader based than that.
Oh,
this is really, it's domestic violence. It's about children. It's about pets. It's about cancer. It's about, because it feels homelessness. It feels like it touches all of these areas.
Okay.
And what it really feels like is you become the matchmaker for money and cause.
Nice.
Where people want to do something and they've got like $20 million sitting there and don't know exactly what can I do with that. Everything feels like it's been taken or touched or, how do I know that that's the right thing?
Yeah.
And it feels like and it feels like you are that person. And this woman, I'm not so sure it's this woman because she is lovely and very committed to domestic violence issues. But it doesn't necessarily feel like her because hers is a narrow base. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. I see what you're saying.
And it feels like that is what makes you kind of go, put the brakes on when you think about it, because you like her. It's
true.
It's just you've done that, and this feels like it's what takes the things that you love the most, which is doing good for people and helping them, okay, in a way that you actually can see the difference, and you are the person that is the matchmaker for those things and those issues.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, when you and I were growing up, Denise, there was nobody ever uttered the words. That was the dirty little secret. Nobody ever uttered the words domestic violence.
Right. It's true. It's true.
It is. I mean, it was like nobody would ever admit to that. There were more Peter Pan collars than we've got hair on our head. And, and it's like, oh, you big, strong guy, do you want peas or mashed potatoes for dinner? How was your day? And don't you dare have an identity or speak of these things. And people could behave, men and women, any way they wanted to, because behind closed doors, because nobody was going to say anything.
Yeah.
And now it's becoming a life-saving issue, making men and women conscious of it.
Mm-hmm.
And that is one thing. And children about not following into that cycle of violence.
Yes. Yeah, they learn how to distinguish, how when they feel threatened, they can honor that voice inside of them. And when children feel that something's not quite right, now we teach them to honor that and say, that's right, that's your intuition that's going to protect you. Whereas when I was a little girl, it was like, well, we don't talk about those things, or, oh, he didn't mean
well,
that.
They were never addressed. I grew up in that house you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I had a stepfather that fractured my skull, broke my mother's nose, and put her in the hospital, and broke my sister's collarbone.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no, honey. You know what I learned from it? Exactly what I would never allow in my life. That's why I used to look at my sister and wonder, why was she so angry? You can make the choices for your life now.
Yeah.
And it is, there were two boys that used to bully me at school and chase me and beat me up and spit on me, and I mean really disgusting stuff. And not until one of them kicked a pregnant teacher in the stomach did I ever do anything. And I literally flew across the playground and took him down.
Wow. Yeah.
And I'm a tall girl. I'm 5'9.5". I mean, I was the tallest person in the school aside from one of the teachers, And it was like, it was funny, right after that, they never bothered me again. I just don't know why. And now I look at it and I think to myself, you know what? Those things were so valuable because it teaches us exactly what you do not have to ever give permission to in your life. And it's not okay. Right. But there are, unfortunately, a lot of those issues, the ones with kids and helping children understand that cycle of violence.
Yeah.
And to not recreate it because it is just because it's familiar.
Yeah, it's what you know.
Yeah. And
it's
I watched my sister do it over and over again. And she simply would not learn. So you are going to do a lot of good for a lot of people, honey. You have no idea. And you will do good for people that you will probably never meet. You will leave an enormous legacy.
Wow.
Yep. That's a good thing you've got those broad shoulders.
She does. Oh my goodness. Is that literally?
I know you're wondering how I knew that, huh?
Yeah. She throws those little things in there.
Yeah, that's. I love it. Amazing. I do
so I
too.
love
wow.
this.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time to focus in on some of my
Sweetheart,
questions.
thank your lovely niece.
Oh,
and
I do.
incredibly lovely Jonathan and Kelly that are so patient.
Yes, they're awesome. They have been very patient, haven't they?
Oh my God, you have no idea how much I love all three of them. It is.
Thank you.
I just love them because they all have these beautiful hearts. I mean, and it's like, wow. I know all you guys. I feel like a 6-year-old.
It's a gift, isn't it? To
eat it every day,
like
honey.
that.
Every day is a gift. I wouldn't trade a minute of it. I always said I will do this work as long as God wants me to. And the day God wants me to become a house painter, I'll be at Home Depot buying brushes. Because people's lives are so important. And it's when I hear other readers that just say blah, 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 I kind of go, what are you doing? It's their life.
You
know? And I think, it's true. You know?
Yeah.
And it is, I wouldn't trade 2 minutes of it because it truly is a God-given gift. And I am thankful every day of my life.
Oh, that's
so
amazing.
I think it's so important that we got Karen and we got Vanessa as our regulars because it's really important to us on the show to give the listeners and our guests the good psychics, the best of the best. That's so important.
Jonathan, Kelly, you hear? It's it's you guys. Barbara, it's you guys.
Yeah, amazing. Really amazing. Thank you so much.
You are so welcome, sweetheart. It was a joy to speak with you. And Terry is a doll.
Oh,
I just would
sure
love to hug you guys.
I have a question. Diane, I have a question.
You can ask who
Are
they're
you going to
small.
talk to people about the show?
I'm sorry, talking to me now?
Yeah, I would like to ask you, are there people you're going to talk to about the show?
Yeah, absolutely. Now that I see, I mean, I've just started listening and was impressed, and I have a sphere of influence, and I'll send out the word.
Oh, that's so lovely.
You know, tune in Thursday. You'll love Vanessa, too.
She's adorable.
Okay.
Love her.
Let's have Diane back for Chakra Day so she can get to know Kelly.
Oh, well, I'm just telling you, she will light up your heart.
Oh, wonderful.
You will adore her.
That will be another gift that I will greatly look forward to and also savor, as I will savor this afternoon. It's just been pretty incredible, and I can't thank you enough, all of you. And thank you again for listening to me and for letting me be a part of this wonderful event.
Well, you're pretty sweet.
Oh, thank you. I love her.
It was a joy.
Thank you.
Thanks to you so much, Karen, for doing this for my
beloved. Honey, they're
aunt.
Lovely people. The both of them are lovely people. Your
yes,
aunt is so
Thank you.
darling. I can't even tell you.
Thank
it's
you.
like can I adopt you? You know, will you take me too?
I know. She's one of the most
Can I
wonderful
apply for
people.
the job?
I know.
I believe that.
She is. Mhm.
Well, she has been, you know, like Terry has been everybody's dad, you know. She has been everybody's mom.
Oh.
It's
yeah,
the truth.
She was.
It's
my
the
brother
truth.
graduated from high school. My brother lived with her right after high school. She helped him get on his feet. He really needed a support system.
Oh, honey,
she was there.
it is.
And
there are so many
I guess.
children now whose lives she transformed. So she was the mom to Minions, you know, not to be confused with the ones in the movies, you know.
Yeah.
It is, I mean, it's amazing. And that takes an enormous heart to do that.
Oh, yeah.
So.
It really does.
Now you're
I'm so glad you got such a great reading.
Oh my God, she has got like so much fun coming up here. Something that she is just going to get such joy out of. And getting paid for it. It's like she's going to go, wow.
And Diane?
Yeah. Just
you got a lot of fun coming, and you're gonna.
Yay!
You've got a lot. Oh, I'm so glad. It's all about timing too, don't you think, Karen? A lot of times that
1,000%.
Yeah.
1,000%.
Because I have so many people I could call, and just whoever pops into my mind, and I'm thinking, wow, this person is so spiritual, and I just feel them. I just think of them, and it was Diane. And then Terry comes to me, so it just kind of happens like that organically with our guests.
Yeah,
and I just think it's really, timing.
Absolutely. Well, this was definitely a show with two spectacularly lovely people. I mean, and it's like, thank you.
Yeah, it probably makes your reading so nice too to have.
Well, it fills my heart. And it's very funny because neither of them have a lot of drama in their life. It's like you've house cleaned, you know, and kind of went, nope, not doing that anymore. And there was plenty of it years ago, and systematically, your aunt and Terry have both kind of cleaned it out of their lives. It's like, no, enough of that, you know. So it's
peace of mind. Peace of mind, I feel.
Oh,
for Terry,
absolutely.
I feel like yes. And
absolutely.
Wondering and working so hard, and just to get that confirmation from you today.
Oh well, this was when I tell you. The minute I thought about him today, all I could see was this enormous expansion. It was like, and that's why it's like, don't stop right there. Don't say anything.
I know. Sorry. Oh God.
No, that's okay. That's okay. And but it's such a funny thing, and it feels like the lady that you met 7 months ago, the nice lady that works with domestic violence people, Denise. She's a very lovely person, but it feels like that it would be too, I want to say, limiting for what I see you doing. You know.
Okay.
And what I see you doing is something that has a much bigger impact. It's a very diverse impact.
Well, that's fantastic.
You're going to be doing the happy dance in your living room.
Good. I'm ready for a good old happy dance.
Yes, you are, darling.
You know that saying, right, Kelly? Kelly, you know the saying happy dance, right?
Oh, yeah. I've done that a few times about the show.
Yay.
Yeah.
We love that. We love the happy dance.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I've done it also for, personal goal reach, things like that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Those are important,
Yeah. Wow.
Well, this was just such a joy.
Yeah. Barbara has, the most amazing people in her life.
Well, yeah.
Thank you.
We like meeting them.
Yeah, they're all pretty sweet.
Energy. Yeah, they bring great energy to the show too.
Oh yeah. And it's nice it's so nice to share things with them, you know?
Yeah. Absolutely.
I can't tell you how that is such a joy.
Yeah. And you know, they're wonderful people and it's nice to feel appreciated and you know, like they care and you know that I know that they appreciate the readings and being on and we appreciate them being on. It's just you know this great thing happening.
See? And that's the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Well,
You'd think there was some grand plan to this, huh?
Yeah, you'd think so.
I think we're about out of time.
Somebody up there's orchestrating.
I'll send you the link, Diane, for the show so you can listen to it back.
Okay, darling.
Okay.
Thank you so much. And
thanks, everybody, for coming on.
Yeah, thank you, everyone.
I love you guys.
Thanks, Kelly.
I love you,
thanks,
Karen.
Barbara.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody. Have a great night.
Bye. Thanks, you too.
Good